Okay. People that know me know that I can come off pretty apathetic about things just because I won't go into detail or explore things that I feel pretty defeated by. It's quick for me to get to that point of defeat because I think about things pretty quickly. I explore things pretty quickly when I do think about them. A lot of times I come to stalemates and such just because you get to a point in pretty much everything where you feel like you no longer have power over that thing. It's not always necessary to have complete power over anything, but at the very least, influence. So if you don't even have enough power to have influence in a thing, you're irrelevant. By definition, you're irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Your opinion, it's irrelevant. Your thoughts, feelings, whatever. And so it gets to a point with a lot of things with me and stuff like, what's the point? And so if I don't feel like I can take it to a point where I can actually be influential to something, then I don't bother getting mixed up in it at all. Like internet discussions, that's a good one. If I feel like me talking is not gonna make anybody think differently, or the input's not gonna be valued at all, then there's just no point. Some people are just too stubborn. They don't have reasons. They don't have reasons for what they believe. They just believe in it. And so trying to argue that out is pointless. It's pointless. Whereas you get some people who actually have reasons for their stuff and will listen and want to hear a different take on it and the like, and maybe go off of that. Not even necessarily and stuff. And it's not a defeat to discuss something and not change your mind. It's you have your opinion, you shared your opinion, you did your part, and you did your part in what you needed to. You tried your best. You gave your opinion. Somebody doesn't take that or see the value in it, then you just disagree on things. It's gonna happen. Different personalities, different experiences and stuff. Everything that goes into a conclusion or a thought, impacts these things. So of course, anytime you give input, you want to be heard. You want to influence people. You want praise. I mean, let's be honest and stuff like that. Even if they don't believe in what you believe in, you still want to take away the idea that what you said had merit or value of some sort. Like a kid telling you about what he did in school that day. The kid is not thinking about you, I don't know, wanting to go to school now because he had a good day in school. Or wanting to buy his or her macaroni art or anything like this, like that. They're just proud because they held value. That story or what they did held value to someone. And that doesn't leave us, won't get older and then suddenly not want credit for something we do. Anything we do, we want to be good at it. Even if that thing is not being good at it, you want to be good at not being good at it. People who duck work. You want to be good at ducking work. People who work want to be good at work. People who want to be in the middle. People who don't want to be too good, but don't want to be bad, even want to be good at that, being mediocre. You know, some people don't want to catch an eye, too much attention, whatnot. I can heavily relate to that. I hate being in a position of leadership just because of credit overall. But I want to be good. I always want to be able to be good as a leader, whether I want to be a leader or not. And so, you know, it's always there. But sometimes you're not looking to give your input as anything special. It's just there, something to be said, something to be acknowledged at that moment within its context or whatever. You're talking about something, you think of something that makes sense to that attaches to that, but something that you expect everybody to know already, something that's just there, something needed to be said to move on to the next, even if it's just an agreement with what's already being said or such. You don't expect, you know, somebody to be like, oh wow, oh my God, that's brilliant, to things like that, because like, well, wow, did you honestly never think of that? And it's just, sometimes you get that reaction and you just have to wonder and stuff like, well, how many people don't think of this? How is this not an obvious thing? I can't go into detail about what prompted this, but there's some things that you just kind of assume everybody thinks sometimes. You just assume that it's the basic level, the basic tier of that thing. And so when you say something that should just be a segue, should just be a nod, an acknowledgement, and people, not even to say astonished or anything, but just for it to be a surprise to anyone, to find out that these things that you feel like are at the core of this thing, the basic of the basic, it's discouraging. Like, I mean, there's actually a couple processes like that. You have to wonder yourself and stuff, are you taking this thing too hard? And you have to wonder if other people are not taking this thing serious enough. And it's just, either way, it's discouraging. Like, wow, am I doing all this for nothing? Or, wow, how are you here? If it's something you care about, if I'm talking about comic input, then I might think, okay, this person probably shouldn't be in this discussion. You know, when those situations come up and stuff, and I feel like it's something that anybody should know. It's like, okay, well, maybe you shouldn't be here for this. But hey, you know, you felt like you could be, and you may intentionally or accidentally have some good input just based off of another knowledge or something. And so it's always something there. But some things are just too important, just in their basic levels, their basic definitions, just too important to be subpar at. I mean, I can't claim to be the best at anything. I definitely know I'm good at some stuff. I definitely know I'm bad at some things. I definitely know I'm bad at some things important. But in that, I would not propose to have myself in a position of influence in those bad things then. If something is important and I'm bad at it, and I know I'm bad at it, then I won't strive to be the captain of that thing, because I'm not trying to tank that thing. And so it just stains the whole thing. Like, it's like, okay, well, it's cool that I got positive feedback for my input, but it's so disheartening that that had to be the case. Like, really, people? Like, I really try not to judge people on things like this. Everybody's at their own levels of things. Like I said, I'm good at some things, I'm bad at some others, downright terrible at some things. You know, and these are things that other people would feel like, how are you bad at that? This is important. And I kind of pride myself on knowing me and knowing a lot about me, even if it is just because I'm a narcissist and obsessive, you know, so I obsess over being a narcissist. I just expect people to know themselves to a level. Doesn't necessarily have to be a D level, but to a level. I mean, how do you not think about that? How is that not, dare I say, your number one concern? I mean, before you can take care of somebody else, you got to take care of yourself, right? Fat. I know what makes me fat. I have desires to not do those things, but I'm like, nah. And that's something I accept on myself. Is that a good thing? No, but I'm aware of it. You know, you'll never surprise me by telling me that I'm fat or that I should have better, you know, health concerns. It was, you know, it was obvious to me. Of course, I'm aware of it. But the situation is just, it got me down a little bit, because at the time that it happened, for a slight second, I was happy. I was proud of myself. Like, hey, you may have helped someone. You may have told someone something that they may needed to know, or to help somebody later, you know, it is. But then immediately after, I'm like, oh my God, that little bit of information may have helped someone. How are you not there? How are you here and not there? Why? Why is the thing? How is this not? I want to just be cocky about it and be like, okay, I'm smarter than some people, and just kind of chalk it up to that. Like, okay, well, some people don't think of the things that I think of because some people don't think like me. But I don't believe that I'm smart enough. I don't believe in my intelligence enough to go that route. I'm honestly not that cocky to be like, oh, I'm just smarter than them. Do I believe people are stupid? Oh yeah, no problem with that. But I don't believe that I'm not one of those people. And so again, when I'm thinking of these things as being the basic of the basic, it's more sad that someone else wouldn't think of this than it is happy that I would. Like, even if that is the case and it's just me being smarter, I now feel like everybody needs to be that smart then. In this situation, in this particular situation, and what this comes from. If my thought process is the baseline, is the core, then people need to be there. I understand people, you know, got to do stuff, and jobs are not, you know, fantastic out here and whatnot, stuff like that. Some things pay a lot and stuff, so people think about the money and they're like, okay, well, I can get through and this stuff. No, some things you just need to really believe in. You just can't go out there like, oh, it's a paycheck. It's not trash hauling. You're not gonna find a lot of people out here that's like, oh man, I love to move some fucking trash. They're in it because the benefits and the money. Fine and dandy. But then there's some things that it's like, all right, well, this needs a level of care that you're going to have to actually pay attention to. It's not okay for you to just be like, oh, it's a paycheck. You can't just come in, flop on the couch, and watch anime and think that it's all good because you're there, or because nobody dies on your shit. Like, you know what? I'm getting too much to details. Just, I don't know. This is gonna be on my mind all day. It's making me sad, legit sad, despite the smile on my face. I just smile a lot.